day 2 of community crafts. So yesterday we made our rabbit finger puppets, as you can see there. So I've put up here my little pom-pom washing line to make my very grey wall a little bit more brighter. And I'm really excited about getting some of your pictures as well to go on the wall. So as a reminder, you can send any of your pictures to communitycraft at the World Community Centre, 49 Vicarage Lane, East Ham E6 6DQ, or you can upload your pictures onto our social media pages using the hashtag Bdca Community Craft. You'll find us on Twitter at Bdca 24/7 or search for Bonnie Downs Community Association on our Facebook page. You can also email them over to Sarah and I, and our email address is families@bonniedowns.org, and we can't wait to receive your pictures and also some photos of you making the craft. Now, what I didn't realise, because I am not very technically minded, is that you can't comment on our YouTube channel. Apparently you need like loads and loads of subscribers to do that, but you can still comment on our Facebook and Twitter pages. So please do, it's really encouraging to know that so many of you are joining in. So today, day 2, we are going to be making rainbow streamers, which look a little bit like this. So as you will see, I've come dressed for the occasion. So here I have my nice rainbow clothes on. And as you probably have seen in many windows and on the TV, that rainbows have become a real sign of hope for our world at the moment. So that's why we want to make sure that every Tuesday we dedicate that to being Rainbow Day, so a day of hope. So next Tuesday, when you're here joining us and making our rainbow themed craft, why don't you get on your most colourful outfit and we will sit and have a day of rainbow craft together. So what do we need for today's rainbow craft? So we will need a paper plate. If you don't have a paper plate, then a piece of card or cardboard is absolutely fine. You will need your pens and pencils, or some paint even if you've got it. A ruler, again not essential, just if you've got one. Some tissue paper, but again we can improvise. If you've got some pens and some paper, that's fine. You'll need a little bit of sellotape, your craft safe scissors, and again, if you have but not a necessity, a piece of ribbon or a piece of string. Perfect, so let's get started. So the first thing that we are going to do is to make our rainbow. So what you will need to do is get your paper plate and basically do a line in half. So it's almost like you're going to be cutting your paper plate in half. And there you'll see that you'll be able to get this kind of rainbow shape there. So if you don't have a paper plate, then what you'll need to do is just maybe draw this semicircle type onto your piece of card or your paper plate. Now, who remembers from our first community craft what happens when we get the scissors out? Now firstly, we must handle scissors with care, unlike how I did last time. But we need to give a shout out to our parents to let them know that we're using the parents. So I press my emergency buzzer here, my pretend one, because we're not technical enough for me to have a real one. And we say, parents, parents, we're using the scissors, parents. I need supervision, parents, we're using the scissors. Okay, just so they get the message that you've got something sharp in your hand and they need to really keep an eye. So what you'll need to do then is cut down your line here, so you get half of a paper plate, something like that. Okay, and then we'll just move these to the side. So it's really quite a good idea to maybe keep some of your scrap bits of paper or card or offcuts there, because it's something that we can use as we develop our crafts over the coming weeks. So rather than throwing them away or putting them in the recycling bin, maybe keep a little folder or bag full. So now you've got your rainbow shape here. What we want to do is make it colourful, like a rainbow. So how many colours are there in the rainbow? So first we have red, we have yellow, we have orange, green, blue, indigo and violet. So that's 7 colours. That's your traditional rainbow. However, this is your rainbow, and this can be however many colours that you want it to be. It can just be one colour if you like. It could be a black and white rainbow. Whatever colours you want it to be, it's yours. However, I'm going to stick with the traditional 7 colours. So what I'm going to do is start to mark out on my rainbow 7 semicircles here. So how many have I got there? And they're not even at all, because remember that these crafts don't have to be perfect. It's just so we see it and we have fun together and get creative. So at the moment I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, oh nearly there, 6 and 7. Okay, there we go. So you've probably seen there that I've now divided that into 7 pieces. And now this is the fun bit. This is where we get to make it all bright and colourful. Now you can use whatever you like to make this bright and colourful. You can use pens, you can use pencils. You can use really whatever you want if you've got some paint lying around the house. Also, an idea might be, and again, really do check with your parents about this, because the worst thing you want to do is cut up their magazines and there was like a crossword they wanted to do or a really important article. But here I've got some newspapers and magazines. You might want to go through and maybe cut out all of the red bits that you see, or the yellow bits you see, or the green bits you see, and then make them into a little collage and glue them along with a glue stick. So then you've got all different shades of colours there. So that's what we're going to do with that. So firstly, I'm going to get my red pen out and I'm going to start by making the first bit of the rainbow here. So while I'm colouring in my rainbow and while you guys are, I'm going to tell you about the craft that we'll be doing tomorrow. So yes, I know we haven't even finished today's craft, but I'm going to be telling you a little bit about what to expect tomorrow. And Wednesdays is going to be our day of kindness. So Mondays are going to be animal themed, so as we made our bunny there. Tuesdays are going to be rainbow themed, and Wednesdays are going to be themed around kindness. And as we said earlier, that at the moment our world really needs a lot of hope. Our world also needs a lot of kindness as well. And so one of the things we're going to be doing tomorrow is making cards. And we're going to be making cards for people who need to be shown a little bit of kindness. So what would be really good is to maybe start to think about who you might send your card to. So maybe it's a family member that you need to post it to. Maybe it's a friend that needs cheering up. Maybe it's a neighbour. Maybe you know someone that's currently living on their own and they need a little bit of cheering up. One of the things that we do at Bonnie Downs, so as well as running summer schemes and after school clubs and playgroups, we run lots of other projects for people in our community. And one of the projects that we run is a befriending service. And what that is we train up volunteers to be able to speak to some of the most loneliest, I can't even say that properly, loneliest and isolated members of our community. So a lot of those people are the elderly, maybe whose family have moved away, And yeah, so our volunteer befrienders, give them a call and cheer them up once a week, which is really lovely. And so maybe you might decide that your card, you might want to send that to one of the elderly people that are part of that project. Even though you don't know them, it might just be nice to write them a little message to say that you hope they're okay, you hope that they're well, and bring them a little bit of sunshine and colour to their day. And you can do that by sending your cards to us at the Well Community Centre with the address that I gave you earlier, and we'll be able to pass them on to you. But that's what we're going to be making tomorrow, so do have a think about who you might want to send your card to. So here we have my rainbow. So I did that really quickly whilst talking to you guys, so I didn't spend a lot of time colouring it. I probably would spend a little bit longer filling in all of the white gaps and things, but that's my rainbow there. It looks nice and bright and colourful, doesn't it? And then the next thing to do is to add the streamers that are going to be along the edge and hang down on our rainbow. So what you'll need to do for that is to grab your tissue paper. Now here I've got quite a nice few sheets of tissue paper. So I'm going to get as many colours as I can. So I've got a pink one there, and I've got a purple one here. I need an assistant really, is what I need. That Sarah Lang said she was going to send me a friend, but I don't seem to have that friend yet. Maybe towards the end of the... Oh, there's the door.
Mom!
Yeah?
There's a big parcel.
There's a parcel?
Yeah.
For me?
It's massive. It says Stacy.
A parcel that says Stacey on it. Oh, maybe this is the friend Sarah was talking about. Although I didn't think it was going to go in the parcel. Lottie, could you just leave it there a minute and then I'll tell you to bring it in a moment, okay? Lovely. Oh, that's exciting, a parcel. Okay, so we've got our tissue paper here. And then this is where your ruler might come in handy. Because what I'm now going to do is, I've got my tissue paper all together, like this, you see all the edges are together. And I'm going to use my ruler to draw a line, oh, my pencil for this, to draw a line down the edge there. Okay. And then I'm going to use my scissors, again, call those parents, tell them you've got something sharp in your hand, to cut all the way down here. Now remember, if you don't have any tissue paper, that's absolutely fine, because you can use you know, any paper that you've got lying around the house. You could use some newspaper, whatever you've got to hand really is fine. And so because I put mine on a fold, I'm now going to cut again. Let me do that. I'm folding all of these up. So there we go. I've got 1, 2, 3 and 4 there. Okay. And I'm going to cut these in half again. So if I'm cutting 4 pieces of paper in half, I've never been good at maths, but I think that will give me 8 pieces of paper just there. So now I can attach them to my rainbow. So I'm going to turn my rainbow over. I've got the back of my paper plate there, and then I'm going to pop the edge of my streamers on the back there. So just slightly overlapping a little bit there. And so I've got 8 here. Okay. There we go. It's really good to think about where you're going to hang this. I'm going to hang this in my window, I think. Okay. And then the best thing to do is to, now you've got them in place, is to tape them along the back And now, because I've made a bit of a mess, I have now lost my tape. Where is my tape gone? Oh, here it is. There we go, I knew I'd find it. So, cut a piece of tape there. Again, if you don't have tape, you could use glue. And then I'm going to secure it. See how I'm doing it to the back of the plate. So, I'm just going to trim that a little bit. Okay. And there we go, my streamers are now attached to my rainbow. It looks a bit like a jellyfish really, doesn't it? Now, you can just leave it like this and that's lovely. But if you wanted to hang it up somewhere, the best thing to do would be is to get a pencil here and right at the top of your rainbow, probably easier to do it from the back, is just to push the pencil in and make a hole. Be careful of your fingers, that you don't stab your fingers. And then you can get your ribbon or your piece of string and pop it through. And there we have your rainbow. Beautiful. So we cannot wait to see your pictures of the rainbows that you've created. As I said, I'm going to hang mine in the window as that theme of hope there. Now, one of the things that I forgot to do last week, which was a little bit cheeky of me, was we made all these really fantastic crafts together, but I forgot to tell you about tidy up time. I'm going to get in trouble with the parents if I forget to tell you about tidy up time, because it's really important that once we have finished our crafts together, that we tidy up. So let's make sure we do that. However, before I do my tidy up time, okay, can I have my parcel then, Lottie? Is that all right?
Yeah.
Oh,
so
thank
it might
you.
be the friend from Sarah.
Oh, thank you. Thanks, darling. Thank you. Okay, it is a very big parcel. Look, it covers up the whole of my screen. Okay. So, dear Stacey, thought you might like feathers to keep you company. No rush to send her back. Oh, I wonder who Feathers is. That's very kind, though, that I don't need to hurry up to send her back. A few things. Do not leave her unattended. Keep her away from jammy dodgers and try not to let her teach the children that are watching the craft anything cheeky. Good luck, Sarah. Sounds very interesting. Let me open up this box here. Oh, gosh, it's a tricky box to open. Oh, it's a cuddly flamingo. Look at that, it's a huge cuddly flamingo. Wow, so this is Feathers. How kind of Sarah to lend me her flamingo cuddly toy for the craft project. That's so lovely. I won't be lonely now I have this cuddly toy. So, thank you for that, Sarah. So what I'm going to do now is before I do my tidy up, because it's very important that we tidy up, I'm going to go and get myself a refill of tea to go with my jammy dodgers, okay? So I'm just going to leave, you go over there and give me 1 minute, I'll be back because I'll tell you what we're going to do in next week's craft, tomorrow's craft, okay? But let me just go and get my tea, all right? Oh, I love a cup of tea. I love a cup of tea with my... Lottie, James, where are my biscuits?
We haven't eaten them, Mum. We're innocent. Wait.
Well, where's my biscuits? Did you let the dog
Wait
in?
a minute. No. Look in the letter. It says, keep her away from jammy dodgers.
Yeah, but it's a cuddly toy. I think Sarah just means in case I spill jammy dodgers on her. So
Yummy.
that's fine.
Mum, trust me.
Don't blame the cuddly flamingo. Come on, children,
She
now
might
away.
not be cuddly, Mum.
Anyway, so now I can't have my jammy dodgers with my cup of tea. However, what I can do is tell you what we need for our craft tomorrow. So tomorrow you will need your stickers, if you have any. You will need a plain piece of paper or card with a matching envelope for it to go in. You will need some maybe sparkly gem bits that you've got laying around the house, and you will need some pens or pencils to make our card tomorrow. So I will see you tomorrow for Dave with Community Craft with Feathers, my lovely new cuddly toy. See you soon, bye.